Comcast Newsmakers.
Well, we all know about Stanford University and how well they do in so many different areas. Helen Wilmot is with us right now. She's Vice President in charge of Stanford Hospital Clinics and services that you provide. Helen, this is a major job. Overseeing doctors?
Yeah, it is. It's actually a great job to have because unlike I don't actually take care of the inpatients, I take care of you when you come into the doctor's office.
Right.
And so what I get to see with the doctors is really the long-term care that they give and all the different types of way in which they try to keep you out of the hospital. And then, of course, when in fact you need to go into the hospital, we actually then will transfer you over, admit you in. So it's actually a nice job. It has a lot of dynamic.
Okay, if somebody comes in and they've got whatever medical problem, and there are many that people have, and do you interview them? Do you talk to them? Somebody else interview them, refer them to you? How does that work?
So Stanford Hospital Clinics is a subspecialty environment. So what tends to happen is we get referrals from the community, from community physicians, because the 700 physicians that we have, plus an additional 600 that we have that are residents and in teaching, they actually do subspecialty care. So what tends to happen is you go and see your community physician. They identify something that may not look right. They might not be used to or familiar with it. And then when you come into our clinics, the physicians are usually the ones that interview you or another provider, a nurse practitioner.
So they get to the specialty person that they need. Is that right?
Yeah, they do.
The specialist is sitting there saying, I know about this, where somebody in general practice might not.
Yeah, they might know a little bit about it, but they don't quite know. There's something that's odd to them that they're not quite familiar with, and then they'll send them to us.
Or maybe something new. Who knows?
Yeah.
I didn't realize there were that many doctors.
Yeah, so there's actually
700 doctors?
Yeah, there's 700 attendings.
On staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's actually additional 900. There's about 1,600 of them total.
Yeah. Has that increased greatly over the years? I mean,
yeah, you know, probably over the last 10 years it has. But in the last 5 or 6 it hasn't increased that much. But over the last 10 it has.
Yeah. Clinical care is at a premium for a lot of people. I mean, you get sent to a clinic and you wait in line, you stand around. You know, it's not easy either for the doctors or for the patients. Are things being done to sort of make that an easier transition, to find out what's wrong, get the patient out, keep them out of the hospital?
Yeah. It's a lot different than it used to be 10 or 20 years ago. Through the use of diagnostic technology, imaging technology, radiology equipment, you're actually able to diagnose much more specifically what's wrong and therefore bring in only those that need to go into the hospital. And then also I run surgical centers, the Ambulatory Surgery Center, which means that you actually can get quite a bit of care outside of the hospital and not have to go in. So there's a lot of medical technology that's available before you get to the hospital.
Yeah. It seems to me it's true that the hospitals want to keep you out of hospitals as much as they can.
It is, along with the phraseology, but you really don't want the people to come into the hospital because you want them to be really ill.
Yeah, I mean, people, well, you can just take a simple operation, or getting your tonsils out, or appendix taken out. You used to stay in the hospital for 10 days or 2 weeks. And now you come in, they take out your appendix, they say, time to go home. Yeah. That's it. And
well, actually, you probably almost wouldn't come into the hospital for an appendix anymore.
Yeah, really?
No, you wouldn't.
You do it by mail? How do you do that?
No, it wouldn't be by mail. But the greatest area, actually, probably of advancement to have you not come into the hospital probably is mostly in the orthopedic surgery. Orthopedic surgery, you can do a phenomenal amount with the shoulder, the elbow, the hand, the knee, sometimes even the hip. Mostly the hips come into the hospital, but there's advancement in that too, where you actually don't go into the hospital.
What about the children's hospital down there?
So Lucille Packard Hospital, which is our neighbor and is part of the parent family, a fantastic institution, one that we're very proud to be a part of. That is even more specialized. Obviously, as a child, children tend to be, of course, healthy, thank goodness. Is to be in a hospital as a child is a pretty significant event, and they're quite specialized and do a very, very fine job.
Yeah, okay. And the outlook for hospitalization and improvement in hospitalization now is fairly positive from what you're telling me.
It is, although, you know, the demographics, which is, you know, stating the obvious to everybody, but the demographics is that the baby boomers are going to get older. Yeah. So
we're just about out of time here, by the way.
On a per unit basis, is you'll actually get less people needing to go to the hospital, but there's more people in general.
Okay, all right. Well, it calls for people like yourself to help run that. Helen Wilmot has been our guest. She's Vice President at Stanford at the Hospital and Clinic services that they provide for the general public. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you.